Our Monday night business overview, folks. Tonight it's all about RoboForex. Folks, I'm not going to be telling you about it. I'm going to leave it to my business partner, Mr. Robert M. Burns. Folks, a little bit about Robert. Robert is based in the US. You're probably thinking again, how is Mr. Burns involved? He will fill you in on those little details. Robert is an incredible networker, incredible leader, incredible trader. And he has been in the network marketing business probably 30 plus years, a lot longer than me, and a lot longer. And guys, I'm not going to hold it up. I'm going to hand it back over to Robert and enjoy the presentation, folks. And if you have any questions, please drop it into the chat or we can answer it at the very end.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and make it so we don't have any audio disruption. At the end, we'll enable you to unmute. But in the meantime, please use chat and we'll do our best. If I can, I'll tune in on that while we're going along and answer things while we're going along. I like to get my questions answered quickly when I attend a presentation. So we'll be sure to do that for you as well, if possible. So I'm glad you're here, and we'll get this off and running. Before we do that, always important to have risk disclaimer information, and this is no exception. Trading is risky. Your results will vary and are not guaranteed. This information is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice or a solicitation to invest. Trading, Forex, indices, metals, and other instruments is at the full discretion of the user, and the users are fully and solely responsible for their own trading results. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment and should therefore evaluate your own risk tolerance before trading and only trade with money you can afford to lose. This goes on to talk about links may contain affiliate referral links. There's no may, they do. If there are links sent out. So just, as a heads up, and that means that it would generate a reward for the referrer. Any links, and then it goes on to say that. Also, just in the interest of not having somebody here that may be in one of the countries where this is a no-go, the ones at the top of the list, USA, Canada, Japan, Australia, Spain, Bonaire, Curacao, East Timor, Indonesia, Iran, Liberia, Saipan, Russia, St. Eustatius, I don't even know how to pronounce that country, Tahiti, Turkey, Guinea-Bissau, Micronesia, North Mariana Islands, Svalbard, and Jan Mayen, South Sudan, and other restricted countries. So just in the interest of, we don't want to waste anybody's time. If you happen to be in those countries, sadly, you will not be able to play. So a little bit about me. I am here in the Seattle, Washington area. You say, wait a minute, I thought you just said U.S. could not play, and that is true. However, I married up, and my lovely wife, who as we speak is in Romania with her dual citizenship and her Romanian passport visiting our grandson, that's how I'm able to play. So her name is Anna. She and her daughter came here 20 plus years ago, and my son and I were here. So we have a mixed family. Both of our kids are adults and happy, healthy, and wise, thankfully, and mainly healthy, wise. We could debate that. I am 65 years old, and for fun, I still love to fly fish and play the bass guitar. On my professional resume, I like things that make money. There's a common theme in everything that I'm enthusiastic and passionate about. I market other stuff from time to time, but I'm not passionate about it. I mean, nutritional products, I was just, enjoying a nice energy drink from a company that I'm affiliated with, but not my thing, really. By contrast, anything that generates income, meaning Forex, crypto, investment, real estate, yeah, that's right in my wheelhouse for sure. Additionally, I really like to use the internet and leverage the internet in team building, and we do lots of that. So this is what we're going to get into today, guys. We're going to talk about copy trading. We're going to talk about the solidity of the broker. We're also going to talk about manual trading. I should have added that to this slide. We're going to talk about withdrawals. We're going to talk about compounding. And then last but not least, the affiliate part, which is totally optional. If you want to be a customer only, we're delighted. So we won't pester you about being an affiliate unless you raise your hand and say, hey, put me in the game, coach. And then in part two, we'll get into a Q&A and how you can go about enrolling if you like what you see, if you're not already involved. So here is the punchline about what this is all about. we'll show you how you can create wealth. To me, this is my own definition. Certainly there are many of what is wealth, but the ability to enjoy life more and not to have to look over your shoulder for where is the money coming from is a sure sign that you've got wealth working for you somewhere. One of the other things that can help define that is, are you making money when you're sleeping? If you're making money when you're sleeping, that's a really good sign. That means you have some kind of wealth working for you. And, how much you have, that varies person to person. How much can you have? That depends on your ambition, your skills, and so forth. But is it not something that is such a cool thing that we have and the ability to do that and to alter that, and really, as you'll see, you can impact that very quickly, assuming you align with good strategies, good traders, good broker, and so forth. So we'll touch how this is able to be created. Now, what is manual trading? Manual trading means that you have to have the skill, you have to be willing to work at it, you have to be tenacious, you have to be willing to take some punches, get up off the canvas, and get back in the fight. Boxing isn't a bad metaphor for being in the markets. It's tough, 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 tough. Nothing about it is easy. And, anybody that tells you it is hasn't traded, because if they have, they'll concur with what I just said. All the traders are shaking their head the same way, which is that those are all truisms. And that doesn't mean manual trading is bad, by the way. It's just full disclosure about what you're really engaging in when you do it. You can make a ton of money as a manual trader if you're willing to pay your dues and willing to pay the price. In the meantime, however, how are you earning money that whole notion of having money coming in when you're asleep? Because that, by the way, unless you've got some really, really fancy skills in setting pending orders and so forth with manual trading, it's very rare to make that statement with manual trading. That is copy trading. What is copy trading? Well, other than the setup of your platform, meaning your MT4, your MT5, which are trading platforms, and those are the two most popular by far in the world. Other than getting that set up, meaning you got to have the computer skill to set those up, get your account set up with RoboForex in this case, and then choose a trader. And we'll show you some examples of traders that we're very fond of. But the benefit is it's easy, it's simple, and it really is passive income. When the trader is trading, the ideal scenario is when you wake up in the morning and it puts a smile on your face immediately when you go to your MT4, MT5 and see that the trader has indeed been busy and earned you some profit while you were sleeping. How about that? And additionally, I want to get into information on the broker. RoboForex, just a quick funny story. So before Robert Russell and I met, which was actually over a year ago now, basically, I had stumbled on RoboForex as a broker that I really wanted to get a brokerage account with. I literally have it right in my favorite places. I went and saw it the other day recently. I had favorited it as one I wanted to look at, that kind of on your reading list, if you will. And that kind of, I don't know, that was toward the tail end of 22, somewhere in, I think in the fall of 22. And then in February, this my Irish colleague had a post on his Facebook, and he talked about, I've got this really cool copy trading, and the broker is RoboForex. I said, whoa, RoboForex, whoa, wait a minute. They have copy trading, really? And knowing that, that what the implications of that were, I was really excited about that, especially with this broker, because I had already made the decision to get an account with them. So it was a no-brainer really at that point. And then what I went on to find out is this broker is the real deal. 5 million clients in 169 countries, lots of accolades from the press and the media that knows what they're doing. Here's an award in 2023, Best Copy Trading Platform, Best Multi-Asset Trading Platform. These guys, you don't win by accident. This was September 7th of 23. Here was from Traders Union. This was 9.78 out of 10. Pretty hard to beat that score. That's an indication of a broker that really has its act together, and it's getting consistent recognition in the media that reviews companies like this one. Also, it is a regulated broker in the country of Belize. It's the FSC license in Belize, which is a country in the Caribbean, actually on the Yucatan Peninsula or just south of it. And the Financial Commission is something that's an indication some of the very best brokers in the world are participants in the Financial Commission. And one of them is RoboForex. What is it? Think of it like an insurance policy. In other words, if there is something that happens and there's some debate about was it the broker's fault, was it the trader's fault, and there's a dispute that comes up, the commission's job is to act as an arbitrator that is fair in that dispute and come up with a solution that if they're found at fault, meaning in this case RoboForex, they then will make good to the extent of 20,000 euros if it is proven to be their fault, if it wasn't something that was the fault of the trader. All of that to say, what a good sign. In other words, a company that really is showing their good faith and goodwill in trying to make things right if there is a problem, because things happen in the Forex market, and it's not all that unusual that things happen. So the companies that participate in this commission, there's a short list of brokers that do. They're good ones, every one of them. There's no exception to the ones that are on that list. Now, what instruments does RoboForex trade? RoboForex allows you to trade cryptocurrencies, stocks, indices, and of course, Forex, hence the name. Cryptocurrencies are something that we're excited about. That's coming back in a big way, we think, over the next couple of years. Indices is an area that is very popular among traders. This is like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, better known as the US 30. The NAS 100, which is the top 100 tech companies on the NASDAQ, UK 100. There are indices in virtually every market. There is the FTSE in Asia. Forex, of course, is the bulk of what the company does. These are Forex pairs, meaning you're trading the Great British Pound against the US dollar. You're trading the euro against the US dollar. You're trading the Japanese yen against the Great British Pound. Those are examples of Forex pairs. Now, in addition to that, there are exchange traded funds, ETFs, soft commodities, things like coffee, cocoa, sugar, wheat, soybeans. This ever since, it's not just a function of that, but this has been very volatile with all that's going on in Ukraine and other places. Energies are also a constant source of profitability. If you can learn how to trade oil, natural gas, there's lots of movement here always. And of course, gold and silver. Gold is something that very, very volatile. It's recently hit all-time highs. It looks like it may continue to go on that same trend. Now, again, lots of accolades. I won't read all of this stuff to you, but you do a search on RoboForex Awards, 2 words, RoboForex Awards, and you'll, I think, quickly come to your own conclusion. Now, information on the traders. This assumes that you want to get into the copy trading stuff. And before I talk about that, the manual trading here, if you're a trader already and you want a good broker, this is a fine broker for doing your own manual trading also. I don't want to diminish that because, you'll see the presentation is fairly focused on the copy trading, but I'd be remiss in not mentioning that because it's a great trader. They have MT5, they have MT4. You can choose different account types depending on what style of trading that you're doing and how much money you're trading with. There's a lot of flexibility on that, which I'll touch on here in just a minute. But this is something that's very important. Now, into the selection of traders. These are the things that we look for when evaluating a trader. Numero uno, top of the list. Are they consistent? Do they have stops that are in place? Do they keep their drawdowns low? Is their past performance decent? Not always an indication of future results, but if they did this the last month, that's probably a pretty good indication of what's coming. Not always, because sometimes the market can have anomaly events, and those do happen from time to time. What is their win ratio? That one can be kind of deceptive because it sounds like, I got 90% wins. Well, the guy or gal who gets 50% wins may earn more based on, how they manage their risk and how they manage stops, meaning that can be, this can be a deceiving thing. But in general, it is good to have a good win ratio. I submit the most important thing is the degree to which the trader controls risk. And a Telegram channel and group, that's important so you can get communiques from the trader directly, what's going on, and then what are their total number of trades and their total number of investors on the platform is a very good indication of how well they're doing. This is their report card to themselves. In other words, having the ability to look at the trader and go, yes, they really seem to be showing up on the radar with the broker. The broker is marketing them. And the trader I'm about to show you passed all of these with flying colors. There are two trading metrics that we're fond of. One is my FX book, which is far and away the most popular by far, and then FX Blue. So in the interest of being fair and balanced, I have both of them. So here is the trader that we're very enthusiastic about, and for good reason, as you'll see here, just to draw your attention to a few things. This is the monthly return, and this was since the 15th of January. And at the current clip, we're not obviously quite to that same extent, but it extrapolates out their results. 34% is the monthly number, which is just remarkable. And an average of over 1% a day. Drawdown 20.5% on the drawdown. And this is a high water mark, by the way. It's not an average. This is like the worst thing he ever did as a trader. That's it. Now, is he doing that all the time? No, but that's the way my FX book works. In this case, this account started with 57,549. Looks like dollars, but it's not. Look right up here and you see the word cent. What does that mean? That means that you can set up an account, in this case with $575, which translates to 57,549 pennies. Why is that significant? Because you can trade this account like it's a $57,000 account and get the ratios of the position size. When the trader's making the trade, those trades come in and they get appropriately translated so that you're not over trading the account. You're trading it just right based on what the trader is doing. It also allows you to play, $1,000 is 100,000 pennies. So you can play as if this is a much larger account. And as you can see here, it's done very, very well. Today, it earned 253 pennies. This week so far, because obviously it's the start of the week, here was this month so far, which is the last couple of weeks, really, really good results. And this year, 34% overall on the money. This is hard to do in a year with most things. If you go to your bank or you go to Wall Street and say, hey, I'd like a 34% return, you're going to be looking a while generally. I mean, it's just not that available. Now, is there risk? Yes. That's why you're able to get a 34% return. So be mindful of that. Go in with your eyes open, make an informed decision. But what you're seeing here is performance that is world-class performance. Make no mistake. Here is the FX book, and the number I want to draw your attention to here is this one right here, per day, 1.41%. I'm going to show you a compounding calculator in a minute, and I can make you wealthy with a compounding calculator, but that doesn't mean it's going to actually happen. There's the full disclaimer. Things can happen in the market. But if you look, again, this corroborates the return you just saw in my FX book. They both say 34%, weekly return, 7.2. These are numbers, guys, that are really, really exceptional. And when you see these kinds of numbers and realize that you can enjoy the same outcomes, and again, it's risky. There's things that happen in the market, but are you able to participate in this? Yes. And we'll show you how you can mitigate some of that risk over time. So what I want to do now is I'm going to send you, I put a little reminder for myself here. I'm getting old. I don't remember to do things. So I made it easy on myself and put it in the slide. I'm going to send this out to you. Be sure to click on these before you leave the presentation today. There's a MyFX book link and an FX Blue link. Click on them in the chat and they'll pop into your browser so you have the opportunity to look at them after we're done. Okay, let's move right along here. Also, what's very important, if you choose to use that trader, I want to suggest that you go to the person that referred you here and get their trader link. You know, they're out. They thought enough of you to send the information to you. Be sure to honor them and use their link to enroll. You know, as somebody who does a lot of this as an affiliate, same thing with Robert. I don't even have to ask him. I know he has the same sentiment. We're very big on the honor system and loyalty of doing that. You know, go back and get the person that referred you here, get their link to enroll with the trader. If you're signed up with RoboForex, that's the first step. The second step is getting connected to the trader, and they can help you do that. So be sure to do that. Now, this is kind of a fun exercise. If you saw this chart, what do you think? Does that look like a good trader to you? What say you? Is this a good trader? Yes or no in the chat, please. And I admitted in advance, it's a trick question. Yes, says Daniel Sweeney. Yep, says NMD. Andre, yes. Okay. You know, I would tend to concur if I saw this. However, what's missing from this? And here's what's missing from this, guys. You see these little divots, these little, I call them little shark bites, little teeth marks. You really want to see that with a trader, you know, and you wait a minute, those look like losses. Exactly. Do you want losses in the trading? Yes, you do. Do you want losses that are well controlled? Absolutely. Do the very best in the world have losses? Yes. The trader that I just showed you has losses during the day, has losing trades. Now they're averaged out against winning trades. In fact, that trader that I showed you, Money Talks, has not had a losing day. Knock on wood, it'll happen one of these days, but has not had a losing day in 2024. Not one. How about that? And there are losses though along the way. There are little losses that average out when you weigh them against the wins, but you do want to see that. Don't be put off by losses. Somebody that doesn't have losses, run, because that's somebody that is probably doing something that is not doing good risk mitigation, and the management of your equity is not high on their list. And it needs to be high on your list. It's really important to make sure that they're not going to leave you high and dry. There's a trader that trades for RoboForex, trades gold. I won't mention the name, but this trader, I don't know how many account blowing episodes this trader has had, but it's 4, 5, something like that. And I mean, killer results until the day that he blows the account. There's no stops. It's just, you know, he has crazy returns until he has a catastrophic event. I'm not in on that. I don't like that at all. I want something that looks like this. And there's a really good book. This right here may be worth the price of admission today. If you haven't heard of Tom Hugard, he's a guy that traded for several Wall Street firms. He is an excellent trader. He's world-class by anybody's measure. He's won multiple international trading competitions. He trades to this day. And he is somebody that talks about trading psychology in this book, and some of the things that are in here. It's chock full of pearls. You can get it on Amazon, both the book, the Kindle version, and also the Audible, so you can listen to it and then come back if you have the paperback and refer to the diagrams. Highly recommend this book to get your mind around the priority things in trading from the perspective of somebody that really knows what they're talking about. Now, here's an example of losses just to show you what that looks like. Here's a trader that had a profit, loss, 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 profit, 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 netted 17.26. So don't be put off by the losses. This is a trader that's controlling the trading better than somebody that lets it run into a giant drawdown and then an account blowing event. That's what you don't want to see. This is what you do want to see. Now, into one of the most exciting aspects of RoboForex is the ability to get your hands on your money whenever you wish. Depending on which country you're in, you may or may not have crypto. Most of the EU does have crypto. The UK does not, as a notable exception. That may be a function of Brexit. I'm not sure. But there are many countries that do, some that do not. In every case, there's the ability, if it's a country that's open, you can have the ability to use your bank as a bank transfer. And in most of those countries, additionally, you can have Visa and MasterCard and other payment systems that allow you to make deposits and withdrawals. Here's an example of in the countries where this is available, you see some very popular crypto here, USDT, TRC20, an inexpensive one, or BEP20, which is the Binance Smart Chain. These are good examples of things that you can use. You need to also be mindful of, are they available when you're going to retrieve the money? The one that is my personal favorite is this one, which is USDT TRC20. It's literally, if you've got a SafePal wallet, Robert and I used to have competitions about, how quickly are you getting your deposit? And most of the time, and I'll show you examples of this right now, these are examples of Robert Russell doing withdrawals into Binance. If you happen to have Binance.com, here was 2 hours, 29 minutes, 4 hours, 20 minutes, 5 hours. You get the idea. Bank transfers. Actually, I was shocked when I saw this one as a bank transfer, 13 minutes. Visa, MasterCard. And there's lots of ways you can do this, by the way. One of my personal favorites is Wise. It's very quick. But this is the one I want to focus on. If you use a SafePal wallet, it for me has not been hours, it's been seconds. No joke. 20, 30 seconds, and it's there. I like that a whole bunch. In other words, and I don't have to ask anybody. I put in my Google Authenticator code and bang, it's there. So, and you don't have, you've probably heard or hopefully not experienced, the companies that in the middle of the night run off with your money. This isn't one of those. This is a very well run, very well thought of brokerage with a lot of customers and a very good report card on how they do things. And again, what I want to show you right now before I do this, this is an important disclaimer, because just that reminder, I'm going to show you something that when people see it, they're often just like, you got to be kidding. And it's a compounding calculator, which I'll send you the link for, and I'll show you how to work it. But just keep in mind, trading is risky. Never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. It's very important to heed. If there's one thing in this presentation that I would call advice, it's this one. Be careful with your money. That's your treasure, and you don't want to put it at risk unnecessarily. So what I'm going to do is bail out of there for a minute and come back over to here. And here is our compounding calculator. So what does this mean? This means that your money, let's say for the sake of discussion, that you have, most everybody does a test account when they do this to begin with. They're going to try it out and say, okay, how does this work? Is this working for me? And I don't want to put a lot of money in here to begin with. I'm going to put a little bit just to test it out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put $1,000. One too many zeros. There we go. Now remember, our rate of return on this trading, let me get that over here because I've got that right here. The trading that you saw is clipping along at 1.4% per day. Okay. Now, let me get out my handy dandy calculator. So the trader, I know this is going to come as a shock, but the trader doesn't do this for free. The trader wants to be paid. And what do they charge? They charge 30% of whatever they earn for you in a week. So if they earn $100 for you in a week, you're going to see 70. They're going to charge 30 of that. Okay. And so this is the gross number here at 1.41. This is not the net number, but a very important thing to look at. And this is how that translates. If you put in 0.99, 0.99 is actually the number. And if you take 30% off of 1.41, that is the number. And if I did that for a year, and now, do I want to include all days of the week? Let me, before I forget, by the way, let me get this calculator to you guys. This is the compounding calculator. Also will be put in chat. So be sure to click on that before you leave. The answer is no, because this is Forex. You only want to trade these days. So you answer this question, no. And boom, we calculate, and your $1,000 is going to turn into 13,000 if you use 0.99 as a net number, assuming the trader continues to generate that number that they have generated, you take off the 30%, that's the growth in your account. That is a 1,200+% growth. Remarkable result. So each, and here's how compounding is working. Here's your $1,000. For the remainder of February, you'd earn $136.63. Again, this assumes that it's going to be constant. It isn't. Some days it's going to go up. Some days it's going to go down. And then you add that on. So now you've got $1136.63 starting the month of February, or excuse me, of March. Then in March, you're in $261. You add that on to the total, and it has a cumulative number in the middle here, and your balance that you're trading with is now at the end of March 1397.83. What you're seeing over here is compounding coming to life literally on a daily basis. In fact, it may be within the day, because this trader trades enough around the clock that there are profits that are coming in the evening, in the morning, all different times of the day that can happen. And the higher the frequency of compounding, the more powerful it is. And it's such a powerful thing, because you don't have to do a thing. When the profit comes in, it adds to your balance. So the next time that the trader is trading, assuming your account is a size that it's going to impact that number, it automatically recomputes the position size as a bigger position size, which means you're compounding literally minute by minute. And it's something that is wildly powerful. This is something that when you see it and you actually see it come to life it's an eye opener. It really is. No joke. I mean, this, by the way, we talked about, we'll show you wealth creation. Here it is. Okay. This is something that is a very significant thing. And remember, don't forget, trading is risky. Only put money in you can afford to lose. There is that disclaimer yet one more time. It's very important to heed that, because this, I can make you rich in a hurry with this calculator, but there's still things that happen in the marketplace, things that you don't anticipate. Who would have thought, boom, we have Israel and Palestine, October 7th, October 6th, it makes me wonder, did they go long on gold on the 6th? Whoever was privy to that coming, it makes me think they probably did, because that attack took place on a Saturday. And that kind of thing has happened previously. So that's our compounding calculator. Now what I'm going to get into, let me get back to the presentation here, and we'll bring this in for a landing. All right, get that going. And okay. So what I've shown you so far, you've seen copy trading, you've seen the solidity of the broker, how withdrawals work, how compounding works literally daily, which is the most powerful method. Also, before I proceed, the first Monday of every month, 8 p.m. UK time, we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this on a monthly basis. We may do it more frequently than this. We won't do it less frequently. So every Monday, the first Monday of the month, the next one is March 4th. So you want to mark that on your calendar if you want to show this to somebody. Also, we will have recordings of these each time we're doing it. As we do now, it's streaming over to YouTube. Now, I want to get into the partner and affiliate program. And the key points with this is it's simple. It works. You withdraw money whenever you wish. You can add this money to your trading accounts and compound more rapidly if you wish. It's your money. You can do with it what you wish. Personally, on this program, here's the punchline. I'm earning $60 to $70 a day with regularity. Very excited about that. My colleague, Robert Russell, I'll bring him on in just a minute, and he'll share with you what he's doing. But, we're two living examples of this actually working, which is why we're doing these presentations, because we want to find more people and build our organization and more clients, because it's not hard to have clients see the merit of this idea when you show them the likes of the trading results that I just shared with you. It makes somebody see the benefit readily. There are 4 ways to earn. You can earn from referring others to the traders. You receive a percentage of the people that you enroll of what they earn on their account. You receive money from the brokerage itself in the form of commission that comes in from swaps, from commission, from spreads and so forth. And there's some other nice additional things that the company does, like the loyalty program. So let me give you an example that shows you the mechanics of this. Let's say you put $5,000 in, you're through your test of 1,000. Now you say, okay, I really want to put some more money in this thing. You have $5,000. Let's say that you earn 23% in a month. Okay. Or excuse me, in a week in this case. That would be $1,150 because it is a weekly computation. So I don't want to say it's a month. You earn $1,150. You multiply that times 0.7, and that is the money that the client will be charged off the top of their, or excuse me, that is the amount of the profit that you bring home from your own trading. It's been a minute since I've done this presentation. I can tell I'm rusty. Now, let's say you go out and you say, hey, I've got some other friends that want to do this. So they say, yeah, $5,000, not a problem. If you tell me this is good, I believe you. Let's say you have 5 of them. You have $25,000 assets under management on your team. They get that same 23% result that given week. So there's $5,750 in gross profit. Multiply that times 0.3. That's the amount that the trader charges, which is $1,725. The trader has agreed to divide it in half with you. Divide by 2, you get $862. Okay, just from the trader, not from the broker fees or any of that. That's additional money, and that's the money that Robert will share with you in just a minute as to what he's doing. He's further down the tracks than me, and frankly, he's been busier than I have. He's a worker bee, this one. But what you see is a very, very powerful way to augment your income. And again, you show somebody the results that you're getting. It's not hard to have somebody see the merit of this idea. Also, the company has won Best Partner Program Award recently. This is the partner program that I'm showing you, and it's, again, not accidental that they're winning it. They're very good at it. Now, I'd like to have you hear from my colleague, none other than Mr. Robert Russell. He can share with you what he's earning consistently on a daily basis. My number is about, as I said, about $60-70 a day on most days. Robert, what are you earning on average daily?
So now, Robert, at the minute, you could say $100 every day. That's 5 days a week. So you could say that's $500. But as it says, in the past, we had big teams, and I've no doubt this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. My highest point on one day from the 5 levels was $1,200 in one day.
Yep. And note that he said on the 5 levels, that's on the broker commission part, not the trader split.
Yes.
So the trader split, the trader charges weekly, we get paid weekly. On the other part, you get paid daily. Mm-hmm. on the broker. There's basically 2 parts to the plan. One is the fees that the broker charges. We get a piece of that, and that's the number I mentioned that Robert mentioned. In addition to that, there's the trader split, which happens weekly. So you want to augment your capital. If you have the gift of gab and you don't mind talking to people about this, and you like sharing stuff with people, you tell them about a good movie. Why not tell them about a good trading result? It's that kind of thing. And not for everybody. I don't want this, because there are people that just like detest the whole networking thing. They don't like it at all. Cool. We respect that. But if that is you, this is a way of augmenting your capital quickly. And again, it's simple. It works. You can withdraw your money whenever you want. You can add it to compounding. It's your money. You'll figure out what to do with it. Now, if you're interested in moving forward, get together with the person that referred you here. If you're not already in RoboForex, get their link. Be sure to let them know you'd like to explore getting into RoboForex, and they'll help you get that going. And again, last but not least, we have a webinar that is the first Monday of the month, every month at 8 p.m. UK time. We will look forward to seeing you there. That next one is on March 4th. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close, and we will then get into a Q&A. So give me 1 second here.